Hey everybody, welcome back to the Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz. We're still in my apartment because COVID is still out there, so we're doing the social distance thing. So I'm going to do a real short one today, mostly because I think my camera's at a weird Dutch angle, like I'm leaning over. But when I did the cheesecake before, I did a Fruity Pebble cheesecake, and I mentioned doing a Rice Krispie treats, but with like Fruity Pebbles. And now I'm going to do it just because it's COVID and I'm at home and I can do this kind of stuff. So I got all this stuff for that. I'm going to try that. Let's try that. Before we jump into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the little bell. You know, all the YouTube-y things. You're not new. Thank you very much for everybody who has. And let's just jump right into it. So this is only 3 things, man. That's absolutely it. You're going to need some cereal, Fruity Pebbles, or you can get that big bag of stuff. The Fruity Dino Bites or whatever you can afford. Some marshmallows. I got the little ones just because that's what I got left. But you can use the big ones. You're going to need like 4 cups of that. And then you have like 3 of the tablespoons. You can look at the thing. It's like marked. It's totally easy. Of the butter. Right? Not margarine. Use the butter. So get you a pot. Make sure it's nice and shiny in the bottom. Now you can throw in a bunch of sticking to the bottom. Get you a wooden spoon, which is nice and handy. Now put your heat at about low. Low to medium at the most. You don't want to burn this. You don't want to start cooking it. You just want to melt it. So get your 3 tablespoons of butter, throw it in your pot, and wait. And then wait some more. Now you're starting to get it down in there. So get your cup, right? And then just pour it in here. These don't have to be exact, especially because marshmallows stick to each other. And always want to do more than less. Because you always add more butter to it, but you can't take out marshmallows once it starts melting. So as best you can, just kind of beat it in there, try to keep it even. Get 4 of the cups as close as you can, as marshmallows will go. Like, I'm not an expert, so to speak. So this will start melting. Like, you keep that butter in there, and the butter will keep it from sticking to the bottom. Will help it kind of melt and make a marshmallow napalm stuff. Like, this stuff gets on you, it's gonna burn, and it's gonna stick to you. You can't get rid of you, and it's just gonna welt up and be horrible. I'm not gonna tell you how I know that. Oh, and by the way, if you can hear it, I apologize because I'm recording and there's like thunder and stuff going on outside. So just keep stirring this, man. Like, it'll keep stirring and it'll start clumping up and the marshmallows will break down. That's why I like using the little ones other than the big ones, because it's kind of harder to stir them around there. But just keep stirring. It takes about 2 minutes at the most with that heat. If it's getting too high, if it's starting to bubble or it's starting to stick and burn on the sides, turn it down. Yeah, be careful. When you drip it off the side here, it'll fall down your burner. But you're going to put 6 cups of this here. Now, it sounds like you're putting way too much in there and it's going to look like you got enough, but you don't want to coat it with that stuff. You want it just a nice film on everything. So get it all in there, and once that's in there, you're good, man. Start stirring that around. Reach up, turn your heat off. I eventually remember to turn the heat off, but just give it a nice slow stir. Right, there it is. I turned it off. So give it a nice slow stir. Make sure your Fruity Pebbles or your cereal, whatever you're using, gets all down in the marshmallow. Gets it down in there, gets it nice and sticky all the way around. You'll see it start clumping up. There won't be like loose cereal. You'll be able to hear it where it's not like falling because it's dry cereal, because it's all getting sticky. And give it a nice coat. Even, you don't have to worry about it breaking too much. Don't be like too brittle or you'll start breaking down. You'll just have a gummy powder, which is pretty much the same thing, but it won't look the same, right? And that's all that you're really worried about. Now get you a plastic thing or a dinner tray or a cookie sheet or however you want to lay these out. I use this just because it gave it a nice rectangular shape and I could refrigerate it. So go ahead and just pour this in here. Now, it seems I'm having trouble, but the burner in front of me is still very hot. I just turned it off. So I'm trying not to get that plastic on it. I'm trying not to spill any Fruity Pebbles on it. And I'm trying not to put my hand on it, because that's going to burn. Don't ask me how I know. I have a shiny spot on the back of that thumb for a reason. So scrape it all down. It's going to take a while. I don't want to bore you with it. And then take your spoon and then just pat it down in there, right? And whatever shape that you're putting it into, if you want it round, if you're going to just do just big globs of it, you can just do handfuls of it, put it on a cookie sheet with some like parchment paper and just make handfuls of this stuff. Or you can also take like a oil spray it on your spoon so it doesn't stick as much, but it's not so bad. Refrigerate it for right about 20 minutes, the bare minimum. Let it cool off. I covered mine just because I had horrible smelling stuff in my stuff and I didn't want it to taste like Fruity Pebbles. Now, you don't have to cut it while it's in here, but you can. I did it just to kind of pre-mark some lines, so I'm not just breaking off hunks of it looking like a caveman with Fruity Pebbles. You know, very Flintstone-esque. And then just take it, whoop. See, because you refrigerated it, it didn't stick to plastic, whatever. It comes on here. I didn't cut it all the way through because I didn't want to cut my Tupperware. Just take your knife along the lines that you already cut it, pull it apart, and you're done. That's it. This is magical. This is great. This cost me, just the cereal was like $3, and the marshmallows were like $1. So this cost like less than $5 and took me like 20 minutes. There you go, man. Super basic, super easy. Like, I always thought that people that do this was like into witchcraft because it was way too complicated. Turns out it's like 3 steps, man. Like super easy. Y'all do it differently if you like a different cereal for this. I heard Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good, so I might try that one later. Y'all hit us up in the comments, let us know. You can also find us on social media and talk to us over there, man. Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon, Living Between Paychecks Kitchen on all 3 of those. You can also find us on Instagram at Living Between. And we'll catch you next time. Good eating, man. Let's do this.